Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexi out here. It's Tuesday morning, and it's a regular Tuesday morning, so we're going to do trivia, and I'm sure Ahmed the Goat is very happy about that. He's been waiting for some trivia to watch along, getting in the way of it last week. But yeah, we're going to play some trivia today, and obviously you can see who our subject is today. It's the former draft pick, uh, Bruno Caboclo. So we're going to get into this trivia very soon. Not too much time before I'll get into it for sure. Trevor Jay's first in. Commissioner Jay, what do you got to say this morning? Good morning, Raptors family. Every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath, smile, and start all over again. There you go. That's a good way to start. You get up, big smile on your face, and then you start the day off right. You want to get out of bed on the right side, meaning have positive thoughts. Maybe take a moment to just take your time to get out of bed. Sometimes when we rush out of bed too quickly, you start your whole day bad just because I ran out of bed. I could have just laid there for just a couple more seconds. It really is important how you put your body in motion at the beginning of the day. It can set the tone for your whole entire day. No lie. Fiercey saw Sarah's here. Good morning, fam, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to Fiercey. Now we know one of our contenders is here for the trivia today. Cool Cat is here. Good morning, Rider Free crew. Happy everyone had a great long weekend. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm still out here at the cottage. I'll be going back to Toronto today at some point, and I'll be back there tomorrow for the watch along for Slovenia. We found out this morning who we will play on Friday if we beat Luka in Slovenia tomorrow. Serbia defeating Lithuania already this morning at World Cup. This is a big deal. It's kind of an upset, a shocker. They beat them by 19, which is very interesting that they beat them by so much. Lithuania is successful against US this weekend, and they turn around and they lose to Serbia in the quarterfinals, and they're out. So in some ways, I'm happy about this because I was a little worried about having to face Lithuania in the next round, and Serbia knocking them out in some ways may help Canada in a weird way. But first, we got to beat Luka and Slovenia, so we can't get ahead of ourselves. But we can see the path starting to lay out with Lithuania losing to Serbia already today at World Cup in the quarterfinals, the first game. And USA is playing Italy currently right now. They have a big lead on Italy in the second quarter right now. I believe, let me go check on it exactly right now. It is 46-24 at the half, actually, guys. So US has a 20-point lead at halftime over Italy in their quarterfinal game. So, yeah, stuff happening. It looks like, tomorrow, Luka. And then if we can beat Luka and Slovenia tomorrow, we will get Bogan Bogdanovic and Nikola Jovic and the Serbian team. That's right. Thank God they don't have Jokic. Jeez. You imagine what that Serbian team would be like if Nikola Jokic was on that team right now? Yikes. Holy cow. So in some ways, us not having Murray, they don't have Jokic. We'll take that trade. We'll take that trade, really. Tom Duke is here. Good morning. USA is trashing Italy right now. Yeah, they're talking about Paulo Bonchero a lot this morning because he is Italian descent. He's American born in the Seattle area. But Paulo, I always thought he was from like Central America or South America, but he's actually Italian. His name is Italian. His family is Italian. So he had the option of playing for either US or Italy, and he chose America. And in some ways, the Italians are mad at him, and they're especially mad now because he's on that American team beating Italy's ass right now. Crazy stuff. So yes, the Banchero game today with Italy and America. Tom Duke's saying, going to be fun tomorrow. Enjoying your commentary. Thanks, Tom. I've enjoyed doing it. I get these weird gems that I say. I don't know what I'm going to say. It's not like I rehearse any of these streams I ever do. I get better at them, and I get better at like doing things and making it more professional and tidied up. But still, there is a net that I jump out off this building without a net often with what I'm saying. And sometimes it is pretty crazy. I surprise myself. So hopefully the call will be really good for tomorrow. Canada versus Slovenia. Please join me. I'll be here live watching the game. You can hear me commentating on it. Good morning to the super fan, Monique Lawrence, the greatest. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Monique. Always good to see you. All right. I don't know. You know what, guys? Let me see. I've got 9 people in here. We'll have the real ones. We'll start a little early. Even if there's not a whole ton of people here, we're going to go ahead and get in the trivia right now because in some ways the early bird gets the worm. All right. So let's go. It's Bruno Cabico. And I have been saying his name correctly. Have you noticed that, Monique? You guys corrected me on Bruno Cablico's name from earlier. I'm trying to say his name right. Cabico. Cabico is a name. Fiercey's like, yes, let's go, Team Canada. Let's go, Team Fiercey. And let's see how you clean up right now. I don't know if Isaac's here or Ahmet the Goat or any of your direct competition at the top. So Fiercey, maybe you can clean up a little bit. Tom Duke might want to try and jump in and grab some of the points here. Cool Cat as well. So we'll see. Monique always competing also. Let's see. All right, the first question is the first question. What are Bruno Cabico's middle names? Now you see, I've said plural, so there's 50 points for each of the middle names. So you go ahead and get it. Tom Duke is wanting these points, so Tom Duke is going to go get these. He picked them up. He's got Korea Fernandez. That's right, Tom Duke. You get 100 points for that two-part answer. That's right, Korea. Bruno Korea Fernandez Cabico. Cabico, yeah. Nameless was close. Jose? Nameless was close with Jose. Trevor J saying, go Raptors in Canada. Let's go and get the trophy. That's right. The James Naismith Trophy. That's the name of the trophy for FIBA. I just found that out this morning. The cup that they give at World Cup is named after our great Canadian inventor of basketball, the James Naismith Trophy. That's very cool. I found that out because Carmelo Anthony tweeted that he's heading to Manila right now to catch the end of the quarterfinals of the FIBA World Cup. He's excited as a retired NBA player, Carmelo, who's participating in international basketball. In fact, he may be his best part of his basketball career was playing for Team USA, is going to Manila to be there to watch the whole thing. He's a fan of it. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler is not. He says, I don't care about World Cup. I don't care what's happening there or nothing. Jimmy, you sound stupid and like a hater when you say stuff like that, Jimmy Butler. You know, you failed in the finals this past year. You failed quite a few times. In some ways, you're a winner, Jimmy Butler, and I really do admire you. But in some ways, you have blind spots, and you're kind of an idiot too. Don't hate on the World Cup. Why are you hating on it? It just makes you look bad, Jimmy. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Yeah. Tom Duke's saying, Jose, 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 Jose. I don't know, Nameless. Your answer was a little Country Kong's here. Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lex, I believe the U.S. team has some serious problems. I noticed, I mentioned it following their loss to the select team. Ingram never complained on the Pelicans or even the Lakers. Yeah, it's weird. You know, Ingram's always been a good citizen, but then again, let's talk about this, Country Kong. Ingram's had everything he kind of wanted on both the Lakers and the Pelicans in his career. He hasn't been in a bad position where he's not getting fed. So in some ways, that's part of what's happening here. We're revealing that if you don't feed baby, baby cries. That's basically what it is. Yeah, I think there's problems with them too, but they're handling Italy very well right now. Let's see how they do against possibly Germany. Yeah, on Friday. That may be the real test right there. Fiercey saying, kind of deceiving to hear what Jimmy Butler said. I know it doesn't go with his character. In some ways, he's not outspoken in dumb ways like that. I don't know why somebody maybe came up to him and asked him, hey, are you watching FIBA World Cup? And he's like, no, I don't care about FIBA World Cup. And he may have said it like really calmly, but the way it was quoted and the way it comes off, it makes him sound like a hater. And in some ways, it's like, dude, don't even be negative like that. Don't put that out there. People are enjoying it and loving it. It's amazing. All right, let's go to the next question. All right, this one's kind of dumb. What team and pick was Bruno in the NBA draft? Who drafted Bruno and what pick was he drafted, y'all? First person to write those two in, 50 points for each answer. So 100 altogether if you get them both. There you go. Fiercely Salsera is the quickest draw on the bunch with 20th pick of the Raptors. That's right. I don't even know why I put that in there. We all know he was drafted by the Raptors. It's so dumb. But yeah, 20th pick of the Raptors. In fact, that's kind of crazy to think that Bruno was selected a higher draft pick than Pascal Siakam. Think about that one for a second. He's picked with a 20th pick. Siakam's a later pick than that in the first round. That's amazing to me in some ways. There you go. Yeah, Tom was just behind Fiercey, and so was Country Kong, right in there with the Bruno Cabico 20. Yeah. Fiercey saying 2014 was the year. Yeah, the extra one. Yeah. Country Kong saying over Jokic. Shout out to DeAndre Daniels. DeAndre Daniels. All right. Very cool. All right. Next question. What was Bruno Cabico's first ever professional basketball team that he played for? What was the name of that team? What was the first ever professional basketball team that Bruno Cabico played for? Yeah. What was the name of that team? Let's see. These may be a little bit of tough questions here on Bruno. There we go. Fiercey's quick on it. That is Pinheiros, and they are based in Sao Paulo, which is the city where Bruno is from, Sao Paulo, Brazil. So yeah, he was playing for them when he was 16. That is who that team is, the Sao Paulo Basketball Club that he played for when he was 16 before he got drafted by the Raptors. Pinheiros. I think that's right. My pronunciation. I don't want it to offend anyone. All right, the next question is, how many NBA games has Bruno Caboclo played in his career? How many NBA games has he played in his whole entire NBA career? And I'm counting all kinds of NBA games, not preseason though. Just games that count. How many NBA games has he played in his NBA career? Which is crazy because since he drafted, he was drafted 10 years ago, as Fiercey says, 2014. 105? Tom, you're close. That's right for part of the answer. Just give me a little bit more. How about that? How about that? Yeah, that seems low, doesn't it? Yeah, it does seem very low. 105 is not right. It's low, but not too low. Fiercey, you're too low. Fiercey's got it. It's 107. He's actually played in 105 regular season games and only 2 playoff games. So I was adding them both together. So 107 altogether NBA games played by Bruno Caboclo over 10 years, y'all. Think about that. That is like what? 11 games a year he's played in his whole entire time when he should. Of course, he's gone to other places and played for years overseas in those years, but on average he's played 11 NBA games his professional career. That's crazy to me. And that really shows that he has been an end of the bench guy who hasn't played a whole lot. So yeah, it was the 105 that Tom Duke said plus 2 playoff games. Is there? Hey, Blackhawks here. Big up Lex and the Rapper Freaks. What up, Neil? Good to see you on a Tuesday morning. Let's go Team Canada. Let's get some more wins and win that World Cup. That's right. Country Kong saying, I think Bruno would have panned out if we played him. He got no minutes. He turned out to be the perfect 3-and-D player for the modern NBA. He was good for the Jazz. And imagine him on Team 6'9". Well, he was originally kind of like that 6'9" vision. Bruno has this important part to the Raptors organization. He's the whole reason why we really have the Raptors 905, the OVO Center, and good things happening in that. We made that stuff for him, and it's a weird situation. The projects don't always work out in the NBA, and sometimes people are on their own timelines with development and when they start getting better. And we just didn't happen to line up with that with Bruno, unfortunately. We did give it a good shot. He was here in Toronto for a long time, like 5 years. So it's not like we didn't try with him. It's just that his blossoming was very much like what Fran Fraschilla said. 2 years from 2 years of being away. Well, to me, it's more like 3 years from being 3 years away, or maybe even 4 years from being 4 years away. Yeah, Nameless saying, let's bring Bruno home. I think Darko can unlock him. Well, I'm telling you, from that performance the other day, he does look pretty badass. But once again, let's get on with the questions because they'll actually answer some of the questions we have about these things as we get into the trivia further. Nameless is quiet. Okay, Nameless. And also Blackhawks saying, word, Lex, let's go Team Canada. That's right, Neil. We've represented Canada kicking some butt over there in Asia the last week or so. We have more butt to kick tomorrow. Slovenia. I'll be calling the game between Luka and Team Canada tomorrow morning. Luka Doncic versus Canada tomorrow morning, 9:30. We'll have the live watch along tomorrow, Neil. I hope you'll join us. All right, let's go. Question number 5. How many NBA teams has Bruno been a part of in his NBA career? How many NBA teams has he been a part of in his whole entire NBA career? I want the number. Yeah, 4? 4 is not right. 4 is not right. Yeah, I know that it's a trick question. Country Kong got it. It is 5. Country Kong getting on the board, getting 5 NBA teams that Bruno has been on. Very, very good. All right. Well, what are those teams other than the Raptors? We know he's been on the Raptors. So what are the other 4 teams that he has been on? Hey, Smooth's here. Smooth Brown Man. Hey, good morning. Sacramento and Houston. You want Sacramento and Houston? I'll give you Sacramento and Houston, Smooth. You get Houston and you get Sacramento. What are the other 2 teams other than the Raptors? Smooth Brown Man coming in slick in a smooth way, taking those ones. Randolph Phillips saying, greetings, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative blessings. I'm here to be informed. Life circumstances are the ingredients that make life worth living. enjoy and live to the fullest. Thank you, Randolph, for your great words of wisdom and your blessings. Also, yes, life circumstances are the ingredients that make life worth living. Listen, there's a Police song called When the World is Running Down, You Make the Best of What's Still Around. And that's a great mentality to have. Listen, we could sometimes have a lot and sometimes times have a lot little, but what you get out of what you got is the most important thing. And even if you have a little, you can make the best out of it. Trust me. Fiercey saying Memphis and the Kings. All right, I'll give Fiercey Memphis. Memphis is one of the teams. And then the last team, let's see who gets that last one. Milwaukee is not right. Kareem Thomas, good morning to you. Number two, Trevor, true, two's not right. Jazz. Jazz has been guessed. No, Jazz. He's not been on the Jazz, actually. I thought he'd been on the Jazz too, but he actually never did play for the Jazz. The Raptors, yes. Gong Dong Tigers, no. Charlotte, no. The 905, that's a good guess, Monique, but I'm doing only NBA teams. And this team is interesting because he never actually played for this team. That's why this team is on this list. He was acquired by this team and he was on this team technically, but he never actually played a game for them, this last team. So I want to see who gets this. We'll see who's going to dig deep and find this one out. So we've got Toronto, Memphis, Houston, and Sacramento. What is the fifth NBA team that Bruno Caboclo was a part of? The Bucks is not right, Tom. Somebody has already said Milwaukee. You got the right color jersey, though. Let's just say that. OKC is not the answer either, Fiercey. No, it's not. Orlando? Nope. Sorry, Kareem Thomas. What is that other NBA team? This is actually the last NBA team he was on. The last one he was on. There you go. Kareem got it. It's the Boston Celtics. That's right. Kareem Thomas getting on the board today. Nice to see Kareem get some points. 50 points for Kareem for getting Boston Celtics. Yeah, he was on the Celtics last in the NBA, but he got waived before he actually played. But he was technically on the Celtics. So, yeah, it's the Celtics, y'all. MK saying, hey, good to see MK. I want to see MK. You got to kick some butt against David in this finals of the WNBA Fantasy Finals. Do me right, MK, and win this thing. I love David, but I know how competitive he is. And in some ways, I'm very much rooting for you to win this week in the WNBA Fantasy League we got going. I want to give you that Nick Nurse whistle. So do your best, MK. You've come so far. Finish the job is what I'm saying. You've come so far and been the best team in our league, no doubt. In some ways, David and I are a tier below you, and you need to finish this, MK. Do it. Do it. Please do it. I'm rooting for you very much. Yeah, Country Kong. It was the Celtics. That's right. No, not the Hawks. No, not the Hawks. And Fiercey's rooting for you too, Meredith. So get this championship in the WNBA Fantasy League. Seriously, David's, you're going to hear me. He's like, Alan Tam saying, who cares about Bruno? Boom, bam. We just got the Alan Tam bam, son. I think I might make that thing a thing, Alan. If you keep frequenting our stream and you come in and you do your bam, son. I'm going to do the Alan Tam bam, son. That's funny. He says, who cares about Bruno? We care about Bruno. He's a Raptors draft pick, Alan, and he's a part of our history. The Raptors Freak channel is about the whole history of the Raptors, and we're proud of all of it. So he's definitely somebody we talk about, even if he didn't pan out for us. Tom Duke saying, ha ha, Alan. That's the Alan Tam bam, son. It's funny. Yeah, Kareem saying we are not supposed to talk about Bruno. No Bruno. No Bruno? MK's gonna do her best. You're doing awesome. Honestly, I'm in awe of how you performed this year, and I'm very proud of you. Seriously. Alan's laughing. Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust. At least we're entertaining Alan this morning. That's right. Bam, son. Right there for you, Alan Tam. Bam. All right, the next question in Bruno Caboclo, Raptors Freak Tuesday Trivia Classic Jurassic is how many G League teams has Bruno played for in his career? How many G League teams has he been on? Alan's got a clown face up there. I'm a trained clown, Alan. I have a red nose off camera, and I will put it on, and I will do clown shows. I've performed on stage in professional clown, and people have paid me to be a clown on stage. So if you call me a clown, you're actually very accurate. That's right. Two, Fiercey? No, he was not on only two G League teams. 32. That's more close, actually. Kareem Thomas with 32. That's like a lot. Kareem. That's a lot. That means like all 30. There's only 28 now. And then there's like 4 defunct ones he was on. That's crazy, Kareem. All right, let's see. Tom Duke saying, good luck, MK. I really underperformed. Learned a lot about the stars of the WNBA. That's why we did it, really, Tom, was to learn more about the WNBA, learn more about the players, and get ready for Toronto getting a franchise. We need to be orientated on that league so we can cover it better on this channel and be ready for our WNBA Toronto franchise, because we're going to treat it just like the Raptors. And my off-season content in the summer will be easier if I'm covering WNBA Toronto games also. So yes, Smooth saying, I've been hearing that some fans want BC back, but we have to remember he's always been good in international play. His first year in Toronto, there was no 905. It was a lost development year for him. Yes, completely right. Smooth's exactly right. And he is a better international player than an NBA player. In some ways, he needs that team support of FIBA style than the isolation of the NBA. Country Kong saying 4. That's too low. Still, you guys, that is too low. Monique says 3. It's not 3. It's too low. 3 and 4 are both wrong. So the answer is still open, y'all. How many G League teams has he been on? Let's see. Name is saying, listen, Lex, what do you like? 6'4", 220? Sorry, but I ain't calling you a clown. Laugh out loud. Well, I'm one of those big clowns. My clown teacher actually compared me to that huge giant clown, Puddles, I think is his name or something. He's a famous clown who sings, and he's like 6'7". He's very scary, and he's bald like me. And if I put the white face paint on and I'm very tall, I can be I can do an impression of Puddles or whatever that guy's name is, the really famous clown. But yeah, most people won't call me a clown to my face, because it's true. I am 6'4" and I am like 200 something pounds. But I'm also one of those gentle giants, a jokey guy. Even though I'm a big guy, I'm not really trying to be scary, but I can be scary very quickly. Yeah. Yeah. But I appreciate that, Nameless. 5 is not right. Tom Duke got it. It is 6. There are 6 G League teams he played for. Well, you guys know what the next question is then, since Tom Duke got this number. What are those teams that he played for? I'm going to give Monique 905 because she already said it. So Monique is getting the 905 because we know he was on the 905. So Monique's getting that one already. But what are the other ones? Isn't his name Puddles? I think that clown's name is Puddles. 6. Yeah, he was on 6 G League teams. There's a lot there. So go ahead and get these points real quick. Kareem saying, Homie the Clown is the only appropriate clown. Homie, don't play that. Yeah, Damon Wayans. What a great clown. There's a lot of good clowns if you really think about it over the years. Bozo, Krusty the Clown. There was, what was that? Marceau, the mime clown. There's a lot of good clowns out there. Trust me. There's underrated clowns out there. Clowns are an important part of the world. In some ways, a clown's an important job, and people don't realize that. They may take it not seriously, and they're not supposed to. But in some ways, the clowns are very important for different things, if you hear it. All right, Fiercey's saying Rio Valley. I'm going to give her Rio Valley, but that's not actually right. It's not actually the name of the team. Can you, I think is that right? I don't know. All right, the Herd. The Herd. You know what? I'm going to go by cities. So give me the cities that he played in, because that's really got to how I've written them down. Memphis Hustle is one of them. So Fiercey's going to get Memphis Hustle. He was on the Memphis Hustle. Reno Bighorns is another one. So we'll give her Reno Bighorns. Okay. Let's see. Country Kong saying, when we get a WNBA team, I'm going to lose my mind. Imagine we draft Angel Reese or another upcoming superstar. We want Toby Fournier. That's who we want. Tom saying Maine Celtics. No, he wasn't on the Maine Celtics. I'm going to give Fiercey the Rio Valley one, even though that's not technically the right name. It's Rio Grande. Rio Valley, I don't know if that's right. Rio Grande, but we'll give it to Fiercey anyway, just to help things along. Let's see. Kareem saying laugh out loud. Capitals de Ciudad de Mexico is exactly right. He was on that Mexico City team. So Fiercey's getting that one. There's only one left, guys. Only one G League team left. Yeah, Rio Valley Grand Vipers. That's right. That's the whole answer on there. 905. I gave that one to Mo. There's one team left that you guys have not named. Thank you, Cece, for the super chat. That was very kind of you. I appreciate that. All right. So we got Rio Valley. We got Memphis. We got Reno. We got Mexico City. And we've got the 905. And there's one more team, y'all. One more team. Let's see who gets it. This is an old school G League, D League team. In fact, when he played on this team, it was the D League still. It wasn't G League yet. Vipers. Yeah, WNBA in Toronto is going to be very good. There's one more team left of the G League teams that he was on that we have not named yet. This is very interesting. It's the first one he was on, the very first G League team he was ever on, other than 905. 905, I think he was on 905 first, and then he was on this team. Or maybe he was on this team before because we didn't have a 905 team. Think about that. Toronto didn't have a 905. We were using another team. Okay, that is right. It is Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne is the right one, Fiercey. Fort Wayne was the last one I was looking for. Fiercey cleaning up today. She's going to overtake Iceman like Irvin today. I'm going to predict that right now, that she's about to outscore Iceman like Irvin and become the new Raptor Freak trivia leader for the season. Fiercey saw Sarah throwing that muscle. Yeah. Monique saying, "Dear Ellen, more videos when you can, please." Yeah, we're going to talk about that video that Ellen put out after this. I want to give it its due justice, Monique, because there's a lot to that Ellen Schroeder video from yesterday that I want to talk about. So we'll definitely touch on it, but I don't want to do it right in the middle of all the trivia right in a second. All right, the next question is, how many championships professionally has Bruno won? How many championships has Bruno won in his career in basketball professionally? How many? How many, Fiercey? How many? Zero? Kareem, that's wrong. He's actually won some championships. So that's not exactly right. Maybe just start counting up. 3 is right. Fiercey's right. It is 3. He's won 3 professional championships. The 3 championships are: he's won a D League championship with the 905. He was they won it. He was on a team with the 905 that won a championship. So he is a D League champion with the Raptors 905, y'all. He also won a championship in the Americas down south. That's more recently. He's won an America's championship with a Brazilian team. And then he's also played in a German league and won the German championship before. And that was in recent years also. So he has 3 championships. That's right. German championship, South American championship, and a D League, G League championship. Yeah, there you go. Alan Tam saying, Pimpedelic. Laugh out loud. Bam, son. Yeah, Pimpedelic. We got some George Clinton in here, the P-Funk, baby. Yeah. Flashlight, red light, green light, stoplight. Yes. I love George Clinton. He's from down near Tallahassee. And like my friend was friends with him. He'd go over to his house and do cocaine with him. It was crazy. All right, let's keep going. All right. What team is Bruno under contract presently with? What is the team he's presently under contract with right now? And he's playing for professionally, not Brazil. What team is he under contract with to play right now? Yeah, George Clinton is the GOAT. I love George Clinton. And I'm so glad he's still alive. It's amazing that that man is still alive because he is getting up there. And he has not been kind to his body in certain ways. Let's just put it that way. Kareem saying, damn, so Fred VanVleet, Pascal Norman, DeLon couldn't bring Bruno along. What a shame. I know. It is what it is. Umani Rayer Venenza. Yes, he's playing in the Italian league now. Bruno Cabaco plays for Venice. That is the team he plays for in the Italian league, Venice. Rayer is the name. And Fiercey has gotten the question. Fiercey, very dominant today. Very, very dominant today. Very good stuff. Tom Duke saying, I liked hearing the dog pound when Dennis was warming up. The dog pound? What are you talking about? Dennis warming up? He's got a dog pound? Hoo, 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 hoo. That's crazy. Country Kong saying, Kareem, my thoughts exactly. Yeah, why couldn't they bring Bruno along? Was it because they heard Fran Fraschilla say that? Was it because he was Brazilian? It was, I mean, we can't just get with your Brazilian vibes, Bruno. You're weird, man. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It's very weird. Fiercely saying he's traveled a lot. It's very interesting. Bruno's kind of evolution is from being like the Brazilian player coming to the NBA, trying out and really trying hard in the NBA, but not doing very well there. And then going back to South America and playing there professionally. But now the world has opened up to him. And now he's going to Germany. He's going to Italy. He's played in a French league also. So he's playing more in Europe at this point. At his age in his career. So that's very interesting to me. Yeah, he has traveled a lot and he's playing more in Europe these days. All right, the next question is not that easy to find, but it is. How many Twitter followers does Bruno Cabico have? How many Twitter followers does Bruno have? That may be a new question every once in a while, guys. I might start doing the how many Twitter followers or Instagram followers. It's just to make it fun. Yeah, he's played in Brazil, Canada, US, Italy, Germany, and France. That's right. Yeah, you're not on Twitter, so Fiercey's not going to be able to get this one. So whoever's on Twitter, go find Bruno and tell me how many he's got. Fiercey's going to guess 250,000. That's a little high. Let's just say that. That's a little high. Country Kong saying he was supposed to be KD. He was a higher draft pick than all those guys. G League is cutthroat. In some ways, I'm glad we didn't send OG down there. Yeah, I don't know. OG was his problem was just he was hurt in his end of his college career, and in some ways, we knew he was going to be very good. Yeah, I get it. OG didn't play in the G League. You're right. It's really weird. 222,000. Come on, y'all. Somebody got to go find this and just get this number. Fiercely's way off. Way off. Smooth Brown Man saying, I think for BC to get another legit shot at the NBA, he should play for a top team in Spain or Italy. Those are the best leagues outside the NBA. He balls out another NBA contract. His time may have passed. I mean, they really have tried him out at the NBA level. And it may be that this is just how it is. You go off on to a new chapter of your professional career, and it's all in Europe at this point. I think that his best showcase is actually what's happening right now, honestly, Smooth Brown Man. You know, him looking really good at FIBA, him helping them beat Canada, that got people's eyes open, maybe possibly, to consider bringing him back to the NBA. I think that the FIBA would probably get them more interested. 165,000? No, it's way too high still, Fiercey. So can somebody tell me how many Twitter followers Bruno Cabico has? 50 points, rapid free trivia, real quick. If you can tell me how many Twitter followers does Bruno have? Kareem saying Bruno Mars has a 42.5 million. So I think Bruno Cabico just a little less than that. Yes, that is true, Kareem. Trevor saying the U.S. is killing Italy. Yeah, I expected that. 88-44. They've doubled them up. Well, this one counts, and they were embarrassed by Lithuania on Sunday, so they have a little bit of get back to get going right now. Fiercely saying FIBA Instagram is very popping, very colorful and engaging. All right, who wants these points? 98,000, too high once again. Too high. Fiercely, if you just want to play high-low with me, if nobody else is going to go find out. Monique, go to his Instagram and get this. All right, Tom bailing me out here. Tom Duke got the number right on the head. 34.8 thousand followers. So he has just under 35,000 followers. Tom Duke getting that one. Putting me out of my misery on that one. Oh, I was like, is anybody going to get this one? Country Kong saying, I think Scotty and Bruno would be insane in a full court press, just arms everywhere. Yeah, but we need Bruno? Y'all romanticize the past. In some ways, we want to fix something we feel like was broken. It was never broken. It just never happened. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. And we don't need to heal up by getting Bruno to come back and play for us. No, sometimes it's really bad to go revisit the past. People get romanticized of old players the Raptors used to have, like Kyle Lowry or Vince Carter. And they're like, oh, he needs to come back and finish career with us. No, let's stay moving towards the future and keep going with new blood and new players and new things on the Raptors, keeping us fresh. Bruno Cabico should never wear the Raptors jersey again. I'll just say that right now. Fiercely saying, does he have followers? Laugh out loud. He has 34,000.8. Yeah. And that's pretty good. I mean, he's got a lot of Brazilian followers, I think. Yeah, thank you, Tom. And I'm going to follow him. Kareem's going to go follow him to make him feel better. And that's pretty good. I'm going to give Kareem a dunk because I can tell he's a humanitarian. He's worried about how Bruno feels with his low follow count. That's a great follow count. If I had 35,000 people following me, I'd be very happy. So I don't think he's that upset. All right, let's keep going. We've got about 6 more questions to go. How many points did Bruno score in 905 in the championship game when the 905 won the championship game? How many points did Bruno score in that D League championship game when the 905 won the D League championship when he was on the team? How many points? Let's see. Country Kong saying, I have a lot of opinions. When Masai drafts someone and he doesn't work out, I ask myself, why? Either Masai made a mistake or we didn't develop. Well, that's true both ways and can happen either one. Masai is going to make mistakes. He's not, and he's going to make mistakes. But in some ways, it's not up to him. Bruno's got to show up and he's got to fit and work. In some ways, he may have to learn certain lessons before he broke through, and he was maybe professional enough. In some ways, when I saw Lucas Bebe, and Bruno show up for the Raptors, I thought those guys weren't serious, and they were kind of like being too jokey, kind of like how Delano was in his rookie year. And that kind of energy where you're kind of not being a serious professional, it can mess you up. And it could be that Bruno was immature for like the first few years on the team, and he didn't really understand what being a professional was. And he blossomed later because he started acting more professional. How about that? That could be part of it right there. And we just weren't on the right timeline. 31 is right, by the way. Fiercey got the answer. He scored 31 points in the championship game, the D League championship, when the 905 won, when he was on the team. So yeah, 31 points for Fiercey. So he was the leading scorer in that championship game. So very, very good stuff. Thank you, Fiercey. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more questions. How much money has Bruno made in NBA contracts over his long, long career? How much money has Bruno made in NBA contracts over his NBA career? This is a very interesting answer. Also, in the modern day, yeah, 32 million is too high, Fiercey. Too high. Oh my God, really? Yeah, he scored 31 points in the championship game for the Raptors 905 when we won our first D League championship. We've won 2 D championships on the 905 team. We've won 2, y'all. You don't realize that. Let's see. Monique saying, my guy Boucher. Yep, we're going to talk about that too, Monique. Instagram check will be afterwards. Yeah, we'll do that afterwards. 23 million is too high. 32 million is too high. 20 million is too high. 11.6 million is too high, guys. Yeah. Country Con saying Bebe Nagira, excellent point, Lex. He had his own demons. He seemed like a great human being, though. It was good to see him at Scotiabank. Also, 31 points is G League Finals game. That's suspicious, Lex. No, that's how much he scored. I'm serious. It's in his Wikipedia page. Bruno scored 31. He was very good on the G League. Honestly, he really was. Tom, why did you take back your message? 7 million is too low. 24 million is too high. So somewhere in between 11 and 7 is the answer. Yeah, he got 31 in the D League championship in like 2000, 15 or 16 or something. It's way back. It's before the one that they won. I think it's before the one that Fred and them won. I'm pretty sure. Or was it the one that Fred and them won with them? He was the leading scorer. 8 million doll hairs. That's too low. You guys are getting closer. Monique's saying 8 million. It's too low. Trevor's saying points 24, 30, and 12. There you go. I don't know what that's for, though, Trevor. We're doing how much money did he make? How much money did he make in his NBA career? 10.3 million is the right answer. Fiercey Salsera getting. He only made $10 million in all the years he's been in the NBA. Think about that. He was in the NBA for like 10. Well, I don't know if he's the full 10 years, but he's been around the NBA a lot in the last 10 years, and he only made $10 million. That's it. That's it. 10 million. That's still 10 million. That's pretty awesome. All right, next question. How many points a game did Bruno average his championship year in Sao Paulo? When he won the championship in Sao Paulo, the Americas championship, how many points per game did he average in that season for Sao Paulo when he won the championship down there? Yeah, Fiercey's on fire. Fiercey's a real one in this one. She's trying to come for that top. And Iceman's unsubbed. Trevor's saying 12 million. Fiercey's saying 23.9 is how much. Yep, that's exactly right, Fiercey. He averaged about 24 points per game when he won the championship with Sao Paulo in the Americas. So 23.9 is the exact number. I rounded up to 24. So you get the answer. Fiercey is cleaning up right now. I knew she would. All right, here we go. Here's the next question. It's one we ask quite often. Who has played as a teammate with Bruno the most in his NBA career? What player has played the most games as a teammate of Bruno's in his NBA career? Which NBA player was it? This is actually pretty easy if you think about it logically. You got to think about where he was and who might have been in both places, 2 places with him at different times, and you'll get your answer. So who has been a teammate of Bruno's in the most games in the NBA? Who is lined up in the same jersey with him as a teammate the most? in his whole entire NBA career? Wondering who might get this one. Let's take stabs at her guesses. Trevor's still answering the question from like 2 questions ago. 9 million. It's 10 million was the answer, Trevor, and it's all been figured out. But who is his most common teammate? Spicy P. That's not a bad guess. It's not a bad guess, but it's not right. And it's not Pascal Siakam, who played the most games with Bruno Caboclo as his teammate. So I'm going to get some more guesses on this. It is a former Raptor, so that is somebody that you can guess. Fred VanVleet is not right either. No, it's not. It's so I will give you at least that clue that it is somebody who's worn a Raptors jersey. So it is somebody that you got to think about where he went afterwards and where he might have reconvened with a Raptors player again. Bebe Nagira is a good answer, but that's not right. It's not Bebe. It's not Norman Powell. It's Jonas Valanciunas. Tom Duke getting it. Jonas played with him in Toronto and in Memphis. So he got to play with Bruno the most. Jonas Valanciunas is the right answer. Tom Duke getting some points today. Tom Dukey. And now Trevor's answering 15 million. That's too high. It's 10 million. I already gave you the answer. Yeah, I don't know why Trevor's coming out with these answers so late. This is weird. Very weird. I guess it just adds to the surrealism of this channel. Yeah, I'm all right with it. All right, let's see. It's number 16. The question is, how old was Bruno when he started playing basketball? How old was he when he started playing basketball? Yeah. Trevor, you're going to say 15? That's wrong. How old was Bruno when he started playing basketball, guys? Yeah, Trevor, you need to refresh your page. Laugh out loud. I know. Maybe he's like got lag or something. I don't know. Maybe he's lagging like I am when I watch the games on the watch along. Yeah, I don't know. 13? That's too young. Fiercey, it's too young. How old was Bruno when he picked up the basketball and started playing for real? Oh, wait, you're right. It is 13. Sorry. I missed that. It is 13. I was thinking the wrong number. 13 is the right answer. Fiercey got it. It is 13. 18 is too high, Monique. He was playing professionally at 16. He didn't pick up the basketball till 13, and in 3 years, he was playing professional basketball. Isn't that crazy? You start playing basketball at 13, and you're already getting paid to play basketball within 3 years of that. That is absolutely nuts and crazy. Oh, Tom Duke's got a Yaka Pirtle emote now. Oh, awesome. I love that. We're not talking about Jakob enough. In some ways, this summer Jakob has been OG this summer. Totally hidden. We're not seeing anything from Jakob at all, other than him signing the contract and making the press conference. And we're not seeing anything from Jakob this whole entire summer. Very private, being very much like OG in past summers. We've seen more of OG than we've seen of Pirtle this summer. It's very strange. I was dreaming last night. I had this dream of two guys speaking German on our team. I have a prediction, a premonition, that the day that we signed Jakob Pertl back and we signed Dennis Schroeder instead of Fred VanVleet is going to be such a huge, important day for the season coming up. And everybody's going to be like, wow, we lost Fred that day, but we locked down Dennis and Jakob. And we are so happy we did, because there are going to be like huge things coming from Jakob and Dennis. They're going to be awesome. In some ways, I'm wondering about the connection between Jakob and Dennis because of Dennis's connection with Daniel Tice. And in some ways, Jakob is a similar player to Daniel Tice. And if there's any kind of that kind of chemistry between Dennis and Jakob, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good things coming down the road with that kind of stuff. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Kareem saying, has there been any Koloko sightings? Yeah. Koloko's been active on social media. We've seen him at concerts. We've seen him hanging out with the guys. A lot of stuff with him and Ron Harper and Jeffrey Doughton this summer. He was at Arizona in recent weeks, working out with his Arizona alumni. Yeah, he's been very active on social media, and he's also been talking about Messi a lot this summer. He loves soccer, and he's very much been watching all the Inter Miami games with Lionel Messi being there now. So yeah, Koloko's been very active, and we've been seeing what he's been doing. In fact, he was at the Rico runs, even though he didn't play. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It doesn't seem like he was running or playing in there, but he was there supporting them. I don't get that. Yeah. Tom Duke saying, I totally why I made that emote, because we're forgetting about the big yak, and we can't. We shouldn't be. Yeah, who saved the day mid-season? That's right. Who's going to come in with a full training camp and be a totally different player this year for the Raptors. Once again, on a new level, Jakob Poeltl, with a new coach too, that may utilize him differently. Yeah. Tom Duke saying big things are coming from Big Yak. I like that. And Fiercey saying OG is taking long walks and reading more books. Yeah. And he has girlfriends with sundresses, and it's just like it's like a very nice like commercial with waves, and I want to say like feminine hygiene product kind of commercial. That's OG's summer life. It seems like that's the setting of like OG's life in the summer. It's just like a Mass and Gill commercial from like back in the day. It's just very free flowing and just beautiful and like, oh, I want to sit under this tree with you and read books with you, darling. Yes. I'm not making fun of him. I think that that's an idealized great life, and I would want it too. So it's not like I'm making fun of him. Seriously. All right. Anyway, let's get back on task. Little sidetrack. Sorry. All right. On Bruno's Instagram, what is the quote in his bio? What is the quote in Bruno's Instagram right now? Tell me what it says in the bio on Bruno Cabico's Instagram account right now. Whoever writes that phrase in first gets the 50 points for this question. Paul's saying, how integral do you think healthy Otto Porter Jr. is going to be? I'm hearing rumblings he's going to be the one who gets cut. That's what I'm hearing, Paul. I'm hearing rumblings that Jeff Dowtin Jr. is going to make this team, and Otto Porter Jr. is going to be cut this year. And part of it is like Garrett Temple coming in. They don't need Otto for certain things, and they're going to possibly just cut him. Just say, yeah, I'm sorry, Otto, it's not going to work out with us. So there is a little bit of a grumble that the person who's in trouble of losing their spot with Jeffrey Dowtin Jr., who doesn't have totally a spot, if he kicks butt in the preseason and Otto's looking old and hurt, they're going to cut Otto Porter and they're going to put Jeffrey Dowtin on our team, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, there you go. Fiercey's saying family over everything, and that is exactly right, Fiercey. Family over everything is exactly what it says on Bruno's Instagram. Family over everything. Tom's just behind. That's it. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I've heard a little bit of rumors. I've heard this the other day. I've not brought it up on the channel until now, that there are rumblings that if Otto is not healthy and Otto is not ready to play for us, they're going to cut him and they're going to keep Jeffrey. That's what I'm hearing in the pipeline. Yeah. All right. There's only one question left. So let's go ahead and get this question. It's a current events question. How many points, rebounds, and blocks did Bruno have against Canada on Friday? You get 50 points for each answer. How many points, how many rebounds, how many blocks? You tell me how many, right next to what you're saying, which one, and you'll get 50 points if you get it right. This is against Canada in the game on Friday. 16 points is wrong. One of the Italian players get a breakaway all along and miss the layup. Well, that's embarrassing. That's very embarrassing. Okay, let's see. Monique's saying Q9. What is Q9? I know what you're trying to write in there, Mo. Just write it again. Just type it in real fast. There you go. You got it. 19 points for Bruno in that game. That's right, Monique. He had 19 points in the game. How many rebounds did he have, Mo? And how many blocks? 15 points, nine blocks? No blocks. 9 rebounds, no blocks. Nope, that's wrong. All 3 of those are wrong. Smooth Brown Man. 19 points is right. Monique has gotten the 19. 13 rebounds is right, Fiercey. He got 13 rebounds against Canada on Friday. Now, how many blocks did he have? Mo's got it too. I'm going to give Mo points also. How many blocks? 3 blocks. Yep, 3 blocks, Fiercey. That's right. So that is the last answer. Bruno had 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks against Canada in Brazil's victory last Friday. You tell me he wasn't the man in that game. Yeah, that's a pretty good stat line. 19, 13, and 3. The double-double with 3 blocks is very nasty. All right, good job. Monique getting some points at the end there. Very good. And of course, I'll add up the totals for the trivia after I finish the stream, and I'll post them in the comments so you can see where you stand. Let's see if Fiercey overcame Iceman like Urban today with lots of points, and we'll see how much all the rest of you rose up in the Raptor Freak Trivia Standings Season 3. Yeah, let's see who the new champion is going to be this year. Yeah, Fiercey saying SGA had more points, but way less rebounds, way less other stats in general in that game. That's for sure. All right, let's do this stuff that Monique was talking about earlier real quick. First of all, let's do my review of the Ellen Schroeder YouTube piece from yesterday. Ellen Schroeder's YouTube channel had a half-hour drop yesterday, and it was basically chronicling her experience in Japan during FIBA World Cup traveling with Dennis for Team Germany's games. Now, we saw them basically go against Canada twice in Germany about a month ago, and we beat them. They beat us in the game that didn't matter, and then we beat them in the DBB Super Cup final in a very impressive game in overtime. And then we went to Spain and played against Spain and Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, Germany went to Abu Dhabi and we're in Dubai playing a couple of FIBA teams like the U.S. They actually played the U.S. in a friendly in Abu Dhabi then, and then they flew to Japan for World Cup. Well, Ellen wasn't sure if she wanted to go all the way to Japan from Dubai. It's a 10-hour flight and it's really crazy, but she was talked into it. The kids didn't want to be apart from Daddy Schroeder for too long. So they decided to go on this crazy trip with Dennis to World Cup. And it's been kind of an interesting, really, really interesting clip. We learned more and more about their family dynamic, about Ellen and who she is as a person, and also the kids. So I highly recommend any Raptors fans who want to get to know Dennis Schroeder better to follow his wife's channel, because there's some insider stuff on that channel that you just don't get normally from anywhere. In fact, this age of Twitter, tweets, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube is amazing for fans because you get access and kind of coverage of things that you would never, ever, ever get a chance to know about. So Ellen is basically in Japan with the three children. And their children are all under like 5. They're very young. So it's like a mother with 3 infants. And she's trying to wrangle them. And of course, Dennis is super busy during World Cup because of the demands of playing for Team Germany. So he's away, and she's saying, he's only around for like an hour or two at here or there. But he's very busy. So she's basically just hanging out in a foreign country with 3 very small infants and jet lagged like crazy, where like she's sleeping when everybody's sleeping and awake when everybody's, the opposites. And then also she's having trouble finding food in Japan that she likes to eat, because obviously, the cuisines can be different. And maybe some of the food isn't comfortable. She's not comfortable eating it because it's something that's not normally in her diet. And then because her hours are off, she's got to try and find food at really weird times of the day for her and her children. So it's been a little bit of a chore. I mean, first world problem, seriously. But also at the same time, it's kind of interesting to see her as a mother, kind of in a foreign country, trying to struggle and take care of things. There's a lot of funny little clips in it. Like, one of the things about Ellen that we find out is she's a very serious and passionate animal lover, and she's very much for animal rights. And it really bothers her seeing in Japan animals in cages. Like, she's walking through a mall and there's like dogs and kittens in little small box displays to sell them, and her heart's breaking. She's just like, I can't believe they put them in there. They're so cute, but it's also so sad the way that they're living in there. So you can tell she's kind of PETA mentality about animal rights and taking care of animals and looking out for them. She was even mad because they had like fish in aquariums that were too small for them in Japan. So she was very much making light of all that in her content. In fact, she wanted to film the pet store a little bit more, but they told her she couldn't, because obviously they know what they're doing is kind of gross and messed up. So her putting a light on that kind of stuff made me really like admire her. And I like that aspect about her, that she's very animal rights and she cares about the animals. Now, another part of this whole clip is so amazing. It's Junior Schroeder. Junior Schroeder is an impressive kid. And as I said recently on this channel, I'm sad that Fred left this summer, because Fred VanVleet Jr. was my dude. And I liked seeing the content with Fred VanVleet Jr. because he's a cool little kid. And in some ways, he was a big part of us winning the championship, because when he was born, his dad started making his shots. So I miss Fred to a degree, Fred Jr. Well, Junior Schroeder is kind of filling that void for me all of a sudden, because this kid is crazy cool too. He's wearing the Nirvana shirts while he's watching his dad play. He's getting loud. He's mimicking his dad with the intensity and the yelling, and that's tough, and the freeze and all that stuff. Well, Schroeder, they're walking into the FIBA World Cup game at Japan. And the Japanese have a whole extravaganza outside in the concourse. And they have a host and some Japanese women with a basketball hoop and a game. And they want the people coming to the game to play and participate and shoot hoops. Well, Junior Schroeder sees this and he's like, I want to do this, mommy. And he's like, okay, you go ahead and get in line. So he gets up there, and I'm telling you, Junior Schroeder is only like 4 years old. He's like 4 or 5. He's very young. In fact, there's a clip on Dennis's YouTube channel of his birthday when he gives him his first regulation NBA hoop. Like he gives him a regular hoop at his 3-year-old birthday. He turns 3 years old, and Dennis is giving him a big hoop, like a normal adult size hoop. That's crazy. Like to me, the kid turned 3. He had the baby hoop while he was a baby. Well, he's turning 3. He's getting the adult hoop. Well, he starts shooting these hoops for this Japanese contest in the concourse coming into the FIBA, and he's bombing everything. Like he's bombing, nailing every shot that he shoots. And the Japanese people are like, "My gosh, this kid is a genius. He's so good at basketball." They're like fawning over him. They have no idea. And of course, Ellen Schroeder's content is in German because she speaks German and it's in subtitles. And she says to the camera real quick, they have no idea he's in training every day. Because they are. They're like impressed with him. And seriously, he was badass. Like he's taking shots and he's nailing them like crazy. And everybody's like, whoa, he's making more shots than anybody else did, adults or children. So there's a little Junior Schroeder story for you. And if you want to see how it all went down, you can watch Ellen Schroeder's YouTube channel. It's hilarious. About a half hour, and it encompasses all the games that Germany's played right up until Sunday. So really, really good content, very timely made. And I'm glad she does this. It's amazing. And she's trying to film the games, but the kids keep grabbing her phone while she's doing it. She's like, I would film the games for you guys, but the kids keep grabbing my phone and trying to be on camera. And the little boy, Amari, he's really cute. There's one part in the Ellen Schroeder YouTube clip where he's having a good day and he's all happy in the morning and he's smiling and giggling. She's like, "Oh, Amari's in such a good mood today." And the baby is just so cute and so happy. So if you want to pick me up, if you're having a tough day, you go watch some of the Schroeder's content on YouTube. It'll make you smile. And it'll make you realize what a strong family they have. Like Dennis is a great dad. And like honestly, the more I find out about Dennis Schroeder, the more I was wrong about him in the past. And the more I realize he's just an amazing person in general, great human and great family man. We see the thing with him and the German coach the other day, and we're like, oh, he's like, don't touch me like that. Don't ever do that again. I'm like, dude, this guy has a real good self respect for himself. And that's something that's really important. And in some ways, he's humble still, also on top of that. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying in the comments. Yeah, let's see. All right. Okay, USA 100, Italy 63. That's the final. Trevor J, thank you for giving us the up to date final score, Commissioner J. USA moving on to the next part of the tournament. Italy out. In some ways, that makes sense. Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra were probably like, let's lose to Lithuania so we can beat Italy real easy in the quarterfinals and get further. That one may have been part of the thinking is like, let's duck on Lithuania so we can play Italy and get an easy matchup. Well, they got that easy matchup and they kicked their butt. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see. US crushed them. Yeah. And Amit's here. I didn't get a not. I'm sad. How late am I? Yeah, you're late. You didn't get a notification. This is how it works, Amit. I can't put the stream up too soon because I don't want to let y'all know who is in the subject. And I'll put it up like 15 minutes before 9:30 or 10 minutes or even 5 minutes before. I put it up 15 minutes early before 9:30. Unfortunately, Amit, you just got to set your alarm. I am very, very, very much on schedule. So if you just say 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever time it is for you in Israel, you'll be there. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. We did all the questions already and fiercely cleaned up. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tell you that right now. It was on Bruno Cabico, and she absolutely cleaned up. Monique is saying Junior is going to be great, just like his dad, shooting hoops already. Start them young. That's right. That's right. If it's in your lineage, just like there's a history of families, you go into your dad's business and you learn from your dad because your dad did it. He has proprietary knowledge of how to do that job well. Well, basketball players are going to teach their kids how to play. Gary Trent Jr. Yeah. Dennis Schroeder and Junior Schroeder. Yeah. I want him to grow up and be called Junior Schroeder. You got Amari Schroeder and you got Junior Schroeder. I want him to be called Junior. Like when he's in college, I want them to call him Junior Schroeder. I don't want them to call him Dennis Schroeder Jr. I want him to be Junior Schroeder, just like they're calling him now. That's what they call him. They call him Junior. So they're gonna call him Junior for his whole life. Call him Junior Schroeder. It'd be cool. It'd be pretty cool. Kareem saying that's why Steph Curry is the greatest shooter ever. It's because he's been shooting on NBA nets his whole life with Del Curry in the Sky Dome. Yeah, well, that was actually not totally true. It's not the Sky Dome. It was in the Air Canada Center. And I know because I was there, Kareem. I saw Steph Curry when he was a youngster, him and his brother Seth out there shooting. I was in concessions and I would go to work early, prep all the subs and Mr. Subs early and get done fast just so I could go watch the NBA players shoot around before games, before the crowd was even in there. And there was very often, there were a couple times where I'd be out there and Dell's sons would be out there shooting. And I saw Steph Curry making NBA threes when he was like 11. And I was like, holy crap, this guy is like, this kid is crazy good. And little did I know, I was looking at a future champion and MVP of the NBA. And yeah, I saw him. I scouted him at 11. Sitting out there watching him shoot with his dad at the Air Canada Center circa like 99, 2000, 2001. Yeah, it was crazy, 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 crazy stuff. Cool Cat saying Jimmy is at U.S. Tennis Open supporting Coco Golf and Carlos. He is featured in tennis all day. I think he is there to help promote tennis. So it's good that he's avoiding basketball questions. Yeah, I know. Maybe the quote just seems out of context in print. It seems like he's a hater. Okay, he wants to promote tennis instead. That's fine. We've got everybody with their own agendas out there in some ways. We've got Jaylen Brown promoting the big three. We got Jimmy Butler promoting U.S. Open tennis. We got Carmelo Anthony promoting FIBA World Cup. So yeah, there's different people doing different stuff. I'm at the goat saying, my grandfather said that. It's all good. Laugh out loud. So, I'm sorry, Ahmed. I know it's really important to you, and you will get this done. I know you're playing for fun. Also, you said that also, but don't worry, we'll get you in there, and you can get to play some more. All right, let's do the Instagram stories real quick. We'll start with Dennis Schroeder. He's got his family on blast. There's the Schroeder clan, Ellen and his daughter, and Dennis Jr. And he's saying with a new video, Ellen Schroeder, check it out and show the love to Ellen and his wife. Yes, it's very good stuff. I highly recommend it. Also, there was a skateboarding competition back in Germany, and we know Dennis Schroeder actually sponsors some skateboarders over in Germany. So he has one of his guys up there on the winners platform. So it was somebody won something. I don't know. And then he's putting on blast Royal Ivy, the coach of South Sudan, who's a former teammate of Dennis's. He's very proud of Royal Ivy and South Sudan for getting so far. He's a head coach now, is what he's saying. So he's proud of his former teammate, Royal Ivy, and coaching that team. He's showing inside stuff from their practice this morning, 7 hours ago, Germany practicing. And then he's on a merry-go-round on a horse with his son, Amari, King Amari, a.k.a. Bubba, getting big. Yeah, his big boy, his little baby boy getting bigger, Amari Schroeder. And then we see the junior on one of the horses, and then also Ellen with the baby also on another horse. So they're riding around on a merry-go-round in Manila. Matt Devlin is totally back in full effect with the Blue Jays. Beautiful day in the East Bay. He's out on the West Coast covering the games, and he's feeling real spry. There's a crazy picture of Matt in the walking boot with his crutches on one foot, and he's looking happy, healthy, and strong. Who cares if he has a busted up foot from dropping a weight on it earlier this summer? This dude is in happy vibes all around. Matt Devlin, we love you. We can't wait for your call for the Raptors games this season. Mr. New York City is in some sort of serenity fountain area yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful fountains and waters. Very much a place to get in touch and meditate with your inner self. He's also got some picture of loyalty. You got to stay small enough, long enough, so you can be big enough soon enough. And I don't know, is that Fat Joe? It looks like the rapper Fat Joe. That probably isn't Fat Joe. That's probably just a fat friend of Mr. New York City. If that's Fat Joe. And he's got rich visions. He's had some really interesting quotes on Twitter also recently. Marquise is really, really talking a lot, and I really hope he backs it all up. I'm pretty sure he will. Why would you talk so much if you're not going to back it up? Yes, sir. Ski Scotty is out in the alleyway in Toronto last night. I'm not sure exactly where he is. He's somewhere down in the entertainment district, I'm pretty sure. But there's a restaurant, Exito, I think is where he's out in front of. But he's out there in his camouflage pants, just hanging out. And then also, what is the other picture he has on there? He's also got a picture of a basketball at 3:41 p.m. yesterday. I'm going to guess he was down at OVO Center or Scotiabank Arena practicing at one of our practice courts yesterday for the Raptors. So Scotty is in Toronto and he is working out and he is a man on the street right now. So there's your Scotty Barnes check. Let me see if there's anybody else on the whole queue. It's very quiet on Instagram these days with the Raptors. They are very much enjoying the end of their summer before they've got to come back to work. We did get confirmation yesterday that Chris Boucher is in St. Lucia. It's almost like he watched the Raptor Freak stream, and I was like, I think he's in St. Lucia. Because like immediately after I got off the air yesterday, Chris posted in his Instagram stories St. Lucia on there, tagged it. So you could tell us he is in St. Lucia. So Chris Boucher is back home with his family in his home islands, getting that refresher. This is a very much a ritual of his every summer to spend the end of the summer in St. Lucia with his family and getting those good vibe recharges and the sunshine and just being very happy and safe, secure place with good people. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Amit saying, if I win, to be honest, whoever comes in second can have the prize. I just find it fun. Well, I want to give you the prize if you earn it. That's the thing. If you earn it, you get it. You can't just give it to somebody else. So if you really want it, you go ahead. Now, if you don't, throw it at the end and give it to somebody else. That's what I'll say. But no, I'm not going to do that. If you win it, I'm sending you the prize. So you can't say that and say, "Oh, I'm not going to do that." Although I did kind of do that kind of with Raymond, Jacob, and David with the Vince Carter bobblehead. I don't know. We'll figure this out. We'll see how it all goes down. But if you win it, I want to send you something, man, because you earned it. Amit's saying he's still using the card. He was using it during Global Jam. He's still using the cart. What cart? The leg cart. Oh yeah, no. Matt Devlin. He's on crutches. He's not using the scooter right now. He's actually up on a boot, so that's good. It's healing quicker. Because the thing about it is he didn't just crush his foot. I think he hurt his ankle too, pretty bad when he dropped that weight on his leg. Paul B saying Scotty is going to get fed the ball this year. It's going to be fantastic to watch. I just think that all right, this is something that's happening right now. The Raptors fans are watching Dennis play for Germany, and they're really coming around on him. Most people were kind of suspicious of that signing after Fred left. And like, oh my gosh, we're getting this guy. But now that they're seeing him play for Germany, Raptors fans are very optimistic and very excited about the prospect of Dennis being a point guard for us. In some ways, the way he throws those lobs for Tice and Mo Wagner is very, very telling and can be a forecast for lobs for some of our amazing athletes on our team. In some ways, Dennis is giddy about playing for the Raptors, possibly because of these great lob targets and also just the possibilities of interaction with his new teammates. I think he's on cloud nine, and that may be part of the reason why he's playing so well for Germany is that he knows he's in a really good situation with his NBA team, and he's excited about getting to work with them also. So I think it's awesome. I think it's so awesome what's happening with Dennis Schroeder. And I'm glad he's having success with Team Germany right now because hopefully we can snowball this into great stuff with the Raptors also this season. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to talk about before I wrap up here real quick, guys? Let me go over to our Raptor Freak family page just to see if there's any kind of pictures or anything I just want to key on from what we saw. There is something that they came out with, and I'll just go over real quick. The classifications have been finalized for the teams that lost, and they're in order. And Spain, of course, is at the top of the classification list. But yeah, there's they all finished in a certain order, and that all goes into the ranking for FIBA and how they rank around the world, how they finish in World Cup. So even if you're like in a game that doesn't really matter, it does because it matters to where you fall in the whole scheme of the hierarchy of the FIBA rankings. So every game mattered. Japan doing certain things got them to the Olympics. Australia still, even though they're kind of game to set up to always make the Olympics. Honestly, Australia is such a powerhouse in that part of the world, and I don't really see New Zealand or any of those teams around Australia taking that one Oceania berth to the Olympics from Australia. It's just they're too good, too good, too good. All right, I think I've talked about everything. Was there anything I forgot, Monique? Have I forgotten anything about anything here? All right. I don't know why it's not letting me look at my fantasy league. Anyway, yeah, we'll finish up right now. All right. Thanks for watching me today. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll have the posted results of the trivia very soon in the comments. So be on the lookout for that. You'll see how bad the damage was. I don't think it was too bad. We'll see. Fiercey is going for Iceman right now, is basically what's happening. All right, and tomorrow, watch along, 9:30 a.m. Slovenia and Luka Doncic versus SGA and Team Canada. This is going to be a big one. Of course, we got to play to win and keep surviving to go further. This is a do or die. They're all do or die now. There's no room for error. You lose, you're done. You win, you go forward. And that's the way we got to be. Fiercey saying, Houston Rockets page, some fans would rather have a center rather than Fred. Yeah, there's going to be fans that are going to be critical and weird about that. In some ways, the situation is not good for Fred. The fans there have no loyalty to him, and he's got to be absolutely perfect. And that price tag is going to be always the thing that's the most stands out about Fred VanVleet. 43 million a year. And they're going to be wondering if they're getting value for that money the whole time. David Samoran's here. And he just dropped $5 on me. Thank you for the super chat, David. Raptor Freak Trivia Champion, current champion, David Saborin. Always happy to see you here. Amit saying, if my mom wants to watch with me, I won't be here. But if she doesn't, I'll be here. Okay, cool, Amit. Well, we'll be happy to have you if you can be here. But if not, we'll understand. And yeah, we'll be watching tomorrow morning at 9:30. Yeah. Oh, and Monique wants to bring up the Precious animation. Yeah, she posted it in the group. It's really cool. Let me do a live reaction to it. I really think it's pretty cool. Like, I love the animation. Like, they put a lot of effort into it. And the other thing I really like about this animation, Monique, is that it's getting put on blast on NBA channels. It's not just up here in Canada. They're showing the Precious animation down south in the states also. All right, basically it's claymation, and Precious is like playing the drums first. He's going off, and then he's talking about his fashion, and then he's talking about his DJing, and then he's talking about he actually has the flapjacks. He has like the stack of Canadian pancakes with the 100% maple syrup in here, which is absolutely amazing. Oh, yeah, he has a lot of interest, he's saying, and then you see him with the flapjacks, which is awesome. 100%. I got to get a still of that right now. There we go. Wait, whoa, it's too quick. Slow down. I want it like I'm too slow. All right, hang on. I'll get it on this one. There it is. Boom. That's the one right there. I'm gonna save that image and I'm gonna put that I'm gonna put that up in the other. Oh, Davis gifted a membership, and Amit the Goat has gotten it. Look at that goat move right there. Who got it? Amit the Goat got it. There you go, Amit the Goat, official Raptor Freak member now because of David Saporin. No problem, my friend. That's right. Maybe David's rooting for you, Amit, in the trivia. He's like looking out for you there. All right. But yeah, that animation is awesome with Precious. Y'all check it out. If you can find the animation with Precious Achua that's out right now, definitely check it out. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, let's go Team Canada. Big game tomorrow. Let's beat Luka and Slovenia and continue further to try and win this whole FIBA World Cup. And of course, we're wishing good vibes, healing, healthy, happy, good vibes for all our Toronto Raptors, coaching staff and players, and all organization for starting a good year with the good vibes and good place and getting off the right start and having a fantastic year with the Raptors. We really want that. Yeah, yeah. Amit saying, have a great day, y'all. And Paul B saying, have an awesome day. Listen to some good music. Listen to some Beastie Boys. That's what Paul would tell you. Go listen to some Paul's Boutique. That's what he would recommend, his prescription to get your vibes right. Yeah, go listen to some I'm a high plains drifter. All right, y'all. Wait. Whoa. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go, Raptors.